Crime and Punishment, by Fyodor Dostoevsky, is a gripping and psychologically complex novel that explores the themes of guilt, redemption, and the human condition. Set in 19th-century St. Petersburg, Russia, the story follows the life of Rodion Raskolnikov, a destitute former student. The novel begins with Raskolnikov, burdened by poverty and disillusionment, contemplating a radical theory that divides humanity into ordinary and extraordinary individuals. Convinced that he belongs to the latter category, Raskolnikov believes he has the right to commit a morally ambiguous act if it serves a higher purpose. Driven by his ideas, he resolves to murder Alyona Ivanovna, an old pawnbroker, and uses her wealth to alleviate his own hardships. After the crime, Raskolnikov descends into a state of psychological torment. He battles intense guilt, paranoia, and a constant fear of being discovered. As he grapples with his conscience, he becomes entangled in a web of relationships and encounters that shape his journey towards redemption. One of the pivotal characters in the novel is Porfiry Petrovich, a shrewd and intuitive detective who suspects Raskolnikov's involvement in the crime. Porfiry employs psychological tactics to manipulate and confront Raskolnikov, attempting to elicit a confession. This cat-and-mouse game between the two intensifies the psychological tension of the narrative. Amidst his inner turmoil, Raskolnikov develops relationships with various individuals who challenge his beliefs and contribute to his transformation. Sonya Marmeladova, a young prostitute, emerges as a symbol of purity and moral strength. Raskolnikov becomes captivated by Sonya's selflessness and begins to confide in her, ultimately finding solace and spiritual guidance in their connection. Raskolnikov's familial relationships also play a significant role in the narrative. His sister, Dunya, faces a dangerous suitor named Pyotr Luzhin, who seeks to control and manipulate her. In an act of bravery, Raskolnikov exposes Luzhin's true nature, protecting his sister from a loveless marriage and revealing his growing sense of responsibility and compassion. As the novel progresses, Raskolnikov's mental and emotional state continues to deteriorate. His interactions with other characters, such as the morally conflicted Svidrigailov and the desperate Marmeladov family, force him to confront the consequences of his actions and question the validity of his extraordinary man theory. Driven by a desire for redemption, Raskolnikov eventually confesses his crime to Sonya. He decides to turn himself in to the authorities, seeking absolution for his sins and hoping to find peace in accepting the consequences of his actions. This act marks a pivotal moment of self-realization and personal transformation for Raskolnikov. In the final part of the novel, Raskolnikov is sentenced to hard labor in Siberia. The harsh conditions of the prison, combined with the companionship of his fellow convicts, contribute to his moral awakening. He begins to recognize the value of human connection, empathy, and the power of genuine remorse. Through his experiences in prison, Raskolnikov undergoes a profound internal transformation. He reflects on the nature of suffering, the complexity of human morality, and the potential for redemption. As time passes, his soul begins to heal, and he emerges as a changed man, ready to embrace a life of humility and moral righteousness. Crime and Punishment is a thought-provoking exploration of guilt, conscience, and the inner workings of the human mind. Dostoevsky's meticulous character development, psychological insight, and philosophical musings make this novel a timeless masterpiece that delves into the darkest corners of the human soul while offering glimpses of redemption and the power of personal growth.